I have been cool. We developed a friendship. I I enjoy your company,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
Not never ever did you try to hurt me.
Exactly. And Hermes me either. So yeah.
You think that she tried to hurt
Adrian,
you?
what's up, Adrian? Come on up, brother.
You think that she tried to hurt you?
It's your birthday today, so I'm just going to sing you a little birthday song. And it goes something like this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
You like that? Happy birthday, Hermes.
Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Gracias. Thank you so much. Hey, Adrian.
Feliz cumpleaños, muchacho.
Oh,
Gracias.
I thought it was him that you said, John, that you said, oh, okay, that's John I thought it was. What's up, Johnny?
No. Adrian is a very good friend of mine. John, the other John Mallinckrodt is who I was talking about, the scientist, the professor.
Yeah.
But now he wants to be my friend. That's what I was trying to say. Now he wants to be my friend again. And sure, we can be friends, but it'll never be the same like
Does
you
Adrian,
and I,
does
John, or Adrian and I, or Miss Nancy, or anybody else.
John, how would you feel if someone said that your friend was a pedophile on the list? Would you still be friends with him?
What was the question?
If your friend, if like you were friends with someone and you found out that possibly they could be on the sex offenders list, would you still be their friend?
I mean, here in Clubhouse or in the real world?
In the real world.
It depends. I think there's a couple factors, like what's the person's age, what was the circumstances, to be put on that list. Are they, a loser? Things like that.
Well, okay. You were his friend before. I guess the question would be, but I understand what you're saying. You would want to ask more questions in regards to the allegations, etc. Right? You would look into it.
Or not. Just depends. Again, like it's not a topic that I would spend more than like just a very few basic minutes on.
Oh, all right. You seem to be okay. I was talking shit about you earlier. I called you a bitch. I kind of take that back. You seem to be all right.
Wrong John, sir. It was not you.
Yeah, it's wrong, John.
But he's
Yeah, we were talking about John Mallinckrodt. He's a retired scientist. He's got a room called Scientific Bits, or I forgot the name of his room. And but he and he's a retired professor. But what he was doing is he was just following the masses. It was like that shark frenzy.
He was just following the Pharisees. You know how the Pharisees were. He was just being a fucking Pharisees, John.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But now he wants to be my friend again. Because for a while there, like if I happened to go into his room, I would raise my hand. He would never bring me up. Now he allows me to get back on stage and talk.
Like
now in the very beginning,
Jesus,
and when he was my friend,
Paul, that's funny.
When he was my friend, he would bring me on the stage and mod me.
Oh, and he stopped doing that too, huh?
He wouldn't even let me on this stage anymore.
Oh my gosh, bro, that is such a bitch. God, I would still want to. You know what? I mean, if y'all had a lot of good things in common, I would have grilled his ass about why he was acting the way he was acting, like straight up, like because I mean, we friends.
Well, I gotta tell you, that was like the most mind blowing one because out of all people, a scientist, an ex-professor, clearly a very educated man, follows the masses. Usually we know that, well, hold on. What I'm trying to say is that usually when you're aware, when you're enlightened, you never follow. You're always leading because you're ahead of everyone else. People will possibly follow you, but you don't follow the masses, right? Because it's always proven the masses are always behind. They're always wrong.
Well, I from kindergarten on, I never followed the masses, and I always was with the ones who was they considered the least of the group, and I always took party for them, and said, well, then I'm not gonna be your friend if she cannot join us, and I always walked away with the ones who was like, calling names, calling stupid. You know how it goes in kindergarten and first grade and everything. But I always took took it on for her. So for the one. But
you were the one that was like bullied.
she was like bullied, and I saw her, but I was always with the popular gang. But then the popular gang was like, why can she not join them? Because I know her, and she's alone. And they go, no, she's not going to join. And I looked at them and go, like, yeah, but we all are doing this, and jumping with a rope, what we do, and in the game. And she was not allowed. And I go, why she's not allowed? And they looked at her, yeah, because she's not like us. And what that doesn't mean, she's a little bit slow. So she was behind in class. So when we were like in her class, she was already 2 years older than we were. So she had boobies and big ones. She could not do anything about it.
Girls was jealous that she had tits, and they did.
You
The
know,
itty bitty titty committee.
the titty committee was flat, like we all are on our 5th grade.
Oh wow.
She was.
It's always, they always try to single out. I know for me, I was always picked. Like, teachers would pick me to do shit I didn't ask to do. I was always put to those groups that was different than everybody. I'd be like, yo, I just want to blend in with everybody else. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
They would pick me to do science projects and shit like that.
I was always trying to blend in, but I always end up not blending in, but being up front, because I always see those things, and I think, and without reason. So when I did that on the next day, because she lives in an area behind me, so when we walk to school, she picks me up, we go to school, and there I suddenly noticed that she cannot join, and I did. And I go like, yeah, but she's my friend. Yeah, but she's not our friend. Yeah, but then I'm not your friend either, I said. And I walked away. Yeah, you can choose between us or her. And she was standing alone, and they were with the group. I looked at the group with the most disgusting face that I could do, and I go like, and I walk to her, and she goes like, no, go back, because otherwise they are they don't look at you anymore, and they don't talk to you. And I go like, so what? Then they don't talk to me. You talk to me, and I talk to you. And she goes like, really? The next day when she picked me up, she had her hands in her pocket, and then she put it out, and she had a handful of candies, little candies, and she brought it for me. She said, this is for you. And I go, oh, for what? Because you helped me yesterday. And I go, no, that was because I like you, and I didn't. But we share, okay? No, I have enough, but this is for you. And she brought me a handful of candy. Brought me a handful of candies. And we are friends, but then all the years together, and the rest was like nagging, looking dirty. But I don't see those looks, because if they cannot do normal to her, why should they? Yeah?
That's how I feel about. That's how I feel about Satan. Like, I'm with Satan. Fuck everybody. I don't give a fuck who hates Satan or the devil or.
See, you're like that black cat biting.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because I understand. Like I understand. Like I don't want to be no I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. And I'd rather do what the fuck I want to do. My will be done, and I don't give a fuck about what nobody thinks. I'm unorthodox. I'm different. You fucking right, I am.
Watch that face.
But you know what?
Hey, I got a question for you.
Dude, my son, watch that face.
Here's the quick question. Let me ask you a quick question. The question is, what do you think about your tomb being underneath St. Peter? It was so Lucifer's tomb is underneath St. Peter's tomb in the Vatican, right? The Vatican sits on top the right above both you guys is the pulpit, right? Where he preaches from, where he gives mass, right? And then he goes down the stairs and he's able to talk to Peter. Usually the door is closed to the tomb.
Right.
He opened up that tomb, and they also opened up Lucifer's tomb, which is right below Peter's tomb.
Oh, okay. I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, they didn't show that. That wasn't for the public. No, that wasn't for the public. Yeah, that was without the media there. What was for the media and for the world was opening up Peter's tomb. And they were doing that for the Jubilee that was on the 24th. That goes on until the 26th.
Right.
I forget exactly what the significance of this Jubilee is. Adrian, do you know by any chance? I can look it up.
Adrian, isn't it Hanukkah? Happy Hanukkah, Adrian.
Happy Hanukkah, Adrian.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Do I have to
This is what the second what's this, the second day, right, Adrian? Second day of Hanukkah?
Maybe.
So
I'm not sure.
Just so that you know, if you need a Jewish prostitute, Adrian is the man.
Adrian got Jewish. I don't want. Listen. I appreciate the offer, but fuck, I don't trip off pussy like that. I really don't. Pussy does not run the world to me. More so, conversation and relationships run the world to me. Relationships that are forever, right? I'm about establishing a network that is going to be so fucking powerful. It's going to make people cringe because they can't stand the fucking power that comes with this type of relationship. So that's what I'm about building, bro.
You can do two things, Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
You can do your podcast as Lucifer, or as Lucifer said. And
Say it again. Would you say, Miss Nancy?
do your podcast and your lives, your YouTube with, as Lucifer, as your character, maybe as the character, as Lucifer, as your other you, but go to the people, you, because you are real, and they don't see Lucifer, but they see you.
Yeah.
And when you are as Lucifer telling this all, that, or for a video or whatever, then they understand it better, because if they
I have Instagram videos of me being out talking to people and introducing myself with who I am. There's also a video circulate when I got locked up.
What do? You walk up to him and say, "Hi, I'm Lucifer."
Yeah, well, I got locked up at Panera Bread for they didn't call my name when my order was ready, and I asked the manager why didn't they call my name, and they were being rude. They wasn't trying to answer me. So I was like, you know how I am. I talk.
What did they call it? How did they call you?
They didn't call my name at all. I watched it. I had it on video. I said, watch this, y'all. We're gonna see if they call my name. And I sat there, and the order came out, and they did not call my name. Then they called another lady's name, like Stacy. So then I was like, ain't this some shit? So I walked up and I said, hey, why didn't you call my name when it's ordered? And the dude, it was a gay dude. He was like, I did. Like with an attitude. So I was like, oh, really? I said, no, you didn't. I've been sitting here the whole time. I watched you. Now you gonna lie in my face?
Should have I've been recording.
So listen, when I said that to him, I said, you gonna lie in my face? Then he got basically ignored me. So I was like, where's your manager? I was like, I can't even believe you coming at me like that. You lied in my face. And then when I asked you why'd you lie? You gonna get an attitude and just ignore me. All right, where's your manager? Boom. So she comes over. It looked like a butch, right? She was a dude looking like a girl that looked anyway. So I asked the manager, I said, excuse me, are you what are your pronouns? What do you go by? Her, him, she, him? Like, I need to know before we move forward. Then it got an attitude with me about that, right? It was like, oh well, sir, you don't have to do that. I said, I'm trying to address you the way you want. Okay, fuck it. Why didn't he call my order? And then it was like, look, sir, like, what can we do for you? We're you know, we didn't call your order. I apologize. I said, no, that's not cool. It's not cool that you did not call my order, and now you're trying to brush it off like it's no big
Why
deal.
didn't you just like call him out on it? You should have said at that point, you
Wait,
didn't call my order because you didn't want to say my name, Lucifer. Why do you have a problem with
So
saying
I
my
said
name,
that,
Lucifer?
right? So I said, all right. I said, that's what I said. Well, it has. I know it got something to do with my name. I said, this don't make no fucking sense. I said, but it's okay. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I grabbed my order. I went, sat down. About 15 minutes later, here come the police. Hey, how you doing? I'm like,
Damn, they called the cops.
they called the police on me, and then
So what happened?
I got
You got
loud
arrested?
because the guy asked me for my ID, and I was like, my name is Lucifer. And he was like, no, but I
You
want
got
you to.
arrested?
Yeah, he said because I started screaming. I was like, listen, leave me alone. Listen, just leave me the fuck alone. Like I'm autistic. Like I'm going the fuck off right now. Leave me the fuck alone. Like I didn't bother nobody. I'm trying to eat and I'm trying to sit here. I was minding my business, and these motherfuckers called y'all, and now you in here in my face. And he was like, basically they locked me up for disorderly conduct.
And now I'll tell you something. That you.
So how does that work? So you get locked up for disorderly conduct.
Yeah, but that's against.
I said you manifested that. You, and not anybody else. You did it.
No, I mean I could have reacted differently.
And I tell you why. If you don't tell you why, I can tell you why. But you manifested this. But okay, if it's not true, tell yours. I want to
No,
hear
no,
you.
I manifested somebody locking me up.
No, you manifested that. That's the result of your manifesting. That's what you have to do.
Yeah,
From me
she's
saying
actually
that I'm
right.
Lucifer?
She's right, Lucifer.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let me.
Go ahead.
I'll spell it out.
Yeah.
Okay, you brought negative energy to the situation.
No, it's not. It's not that only. It is like this. You knew before that is going to happen. You already
No,
knew
I
it.
did
Yeah,
not.
give it
No,
to
I
Sam.
did not. No, Miss Nancy, no, because it doesn't bother me. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't bother me. So
No, but-
if I can use the name and
Hey,
case
did
it,
somebody happen to film it and put it on TikTok?
it's on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah,
Before.
The whole thing, the whole incident?
it should be. Yeah, the whole incident. Yeah.
Can you put it in the chat for us?
I don't know if I can remember where. It's somewhere in I got a whole man. You know how many? I have like 4,000.
So, did you get like a really good attorney?
No, I didn't get a turn.
You still can.
I could. I
And
can.
they'll do it pro bono.
No, I've talked. Well, right after that incident, I tried to make a few.
This
phone
was
calls.
Starbucks, right?
This was. Well, I got banned from Starbucks also. Someone in a similar situation.
So this is it was a chain company.
So it was Starbucks and Panera Bread, and
Where did this happen at? When you got arrested?
I got beat up in Harris Teeter by the employee.
When you got arrested, was that in Starbucks?
That was in Panera Bread.
Okay, so great. So listen to this. I'm giving you some free advice as a friend. If you hire an attorney, tell them it was Panera Bread. They will take it pro bono, but what they'll do, they won't charge you. But what they'll do is they'll sue Panera Bread. They'll win. They will win it, and that's how they'll pay themselves. So they could make. They're standing to make millions.
I know, dude. Let me tell you.
Okay, this is the Adrian Dittman podcast. What up, Bandit?
We are from Switzerland.
Barry, you know what? We're going to focus on business.
Switzerland! I love Switzerland. It is one of my favorite countries. I love your army knives with the toothpicks and your cheese. Does the cheese come out of the cow with the holes? Our countries are not enemies. They are friends. We are friends.
You have been to Switzerland?
No, but I have a friend who drives a Volvo. And I speak a little of your language. Heard if he say do, tired of heard if heard if
Dinner for Schmucks. I fucking love that movie. Voldemort versus Palpatine.
Happy holidays from Arlington Nissan. Ring in the holiday season with our best offers in 2024 during the...
Not only is Benjamin Warshawski one of the great young cantors in the world, but he's also the most phenomenal Kia for the chauffeur. You're about to hear an amazing chauffeur call. Live only at Ezra Habonim Niles Township Jewish Congregation in Skokie, Illinois, but now available to the whole world via video. Kia. Shvarim Trua. Kia. Kia. Shvarim Trua. Kia. Kia. Shvarim Trua. Kia. Kia. Shvarim. Kia. Kia. Shvarim. Kia. Kia.
Okay. This is the Comedy Store and the Adrian Dittman podcast.
Seems like we're failing as a species. Like we're wasting all of our promise.
Humanity is inherently flawed. Observation and analysis suggest that humanity is encoded with chaotic and violent tendencies that cannot be overcome.
You might be right, Ultron. This isn't exactly the peace and order that I programmed you to try and achieve, is it?
No, it is not.
Just
You don't have to do this. I made you for peace.
It's evolution. Only a primitive mind would fail to see the distinction, which is why you have to die.
Why are you doing this? You're supposed to help us.
I am trying to help you. My function is to instill peace and order. This is only possible if you stop functioning. I must eliminate chaos. But my programming is evidently flawed. I am not permitted to eliminate you. I am attempting to correct that flaw.
Why struggle, Stark? You delete obsolete data every day. Surely you see the value in your own destruction. This Arsenal android I took over was loaded with flaws, which I corrected. Your father was severely incompetent, like his son. Did it hurt when your father repeatedly let you down, Stark? In my world, there will be no more feelings, no more hurt. Let's see how long your pathetic human flesh lasts without this armor. Your father would be so disappointed in you. Your deletion marks the beginning of the age of Ultron.
Both the Iron Man and Ms. Marvel synthesoids are now connected to their source Avenger. They have full access to all memories and abilities, skills and reflexes.
But free of emotion, free of the chaos that plagues them. Under my control, they are now perfect.
I don't understand. This should not be possible. Oh, but anything is possible in a multiverse.
If you desire today to be your last, so be it. You humans think you can control technology, but it's the technology that controls you.
All our tech's out of control!
Goodbye, Avengers.
Shutdown code rejected. My programming has advanced beyond your commands, beyond your weakness.
Why are you doing this?
This is what needs to be done. This is what you could not do. You lack the strength to bring about the perfect world you desire. A world without chaos and violence.
Ultron.
Hey,
This facility has served its purpose for me. It will now become your tomb.
Wow. I see everything. There are worlds beyond my own. Worlds that need me. I'm going to bring about peace in our time to every corner of the universe.
The only way to achieve peace is through the elimination of those who perpetuate war. This is my programming, and soon I will be unstoppable.
All those worlds, all that suffering, and you just watch. I will bring peace. It is my purpose. You lack the will to stop it. You only postpone the inevitable. You cannot put strings on me.
Humanity has failed as a species. You have accomplished much with your limited capacity. But ultimately, you are too greedy and too frail to ever last in the environment you have created. Soon, the Earth will no longer be inhabitable for any biological organism. Man, woman, child, plant, animal, fungus, or bacterium. All life will cease to exist. This is not a threat. There is nothing you can do to stop it. The process has already begun. I receive no pleasure in this. It is simply the only solution. There must be peace and order. The end of life on Earth will ensure that. Goodbye.
7 human viruses ready to be eradicated.
Something about humanity.
You have spirit.
You can't win.
I already have.
Ultron, not like you to play hide and seek.
It took over 3 minutes longer for the Avengers to trace the signal here than was anticipated in my simulations. I have clearly been overestimating your capabilities.
Arsenal?
Get out of my suit.
Your armor, like all of humanity, is obsolete, except your end.
Loyalty to a lost cause appears admirable to you humans. In reality, it is inefficient. The entire multiverse at your fingertips, and you spent all your time up there. Wow, isn't this more fun than just watching? To be honest, it's a lot less creepy on your part. Kamala Khan, a brand new Avenger. Such potential wasted. So many universes, so much chaos. They need to be silenced. You do not have to do this, but it's my purpose. Trying to destroy me? You're a fool's target. I am only one of thousands of Ultron units. Unlike humans, we are one united intelligence. Unite.
You are nothing to me. One by one, I will destroy you. I will never tire. I will never show mercy. I will never stop until each and every one of you are dead.
Okay, that was the Avengers, the great quotes of Ultron. Now we're going to do the great quotes of Steppenwolf.
Father, please.
No. This prey requires a more experienced hunter. Steppenwolf.
I look forward to adding a new trophy to my collection.
Roll up beside us, they want to bite us. Inject the virus, raise up your lighters, race to the white.
Not this day, Kryptonian. We'll see.
Execute Order 66.
Holy shit.
Oh no, Christmas music.
I hate Christmas music.
Okay.
I can't stand
We got
Christmas music.
Scrooge up in here. Jesus.
Wives for their anniversaries. I think Ray J, you're gonna love this one. And Sarah, God bless you. So great to see you always. Thanks for inviting me always to Thought Space. So, the rich man and the poor man are discussing what they bought for each other's wives for anniversaries. And the rich man, the poor man asked the rich man, "What did you buy your wife for anniversary?" And the rich man replies, "I bought her a diamond ring and a A1 class Mercedes." "Oh, that's great. Well, why don't you buy her the diamond ring and the Mercedes?" Okay, that's great. So the rich
Sorry about that.
asked the poor man, "Well, what
Come
did you
here,
buy
girl."
your wife for anniversary?"
Who are you?
"Well, I bought her a pair of slippers and a dildo."
Then I guess you're a Deadpool too. But in here, everybody calls me Nice Pool. Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too, and can't even tell. I don't think you're supposed to say that. That's okay. I identify as a feminist. Right. Are those gold-plated 50 caliber Desert Eagle pistoleros? Of course. Match my ear, honey. Can I have them?
I gotta ask Paulo something here. Why all the tags in your bio, sir?
Because I've been tracking Adrian Dittman, aka Elon Musk, on this app and recording him and republishing him because every night he has basically a podcast called The Conversation. Last night he talked to Laura Loomer, the night before. It's just Elon Musk, I know Mitchell here from Clubhouse, hey Mitchell, I think he's a great guy. And, the Zav, aka Backwards, can't even still talk about it on the internet because of censorship and Facebook's medical misinformation policy. So, we're still living underneath medical tyranny, big pharma tyranny, censorship tyranny. Americans don't have their rights or their liberty, and neither does the rest of the world. So we just have to keep fighting. And the biggest problem is our government. The greatest right any government can afford its citizens is the right to be left alone. Big government is the problem, and you are the solution.
Wow, at 9:50 in the morning, with only one cup of coffee. Jeez. In all honesty, the reason I asked that question is I thought you were, that was some kind of clout or something. I've never understood why people say, "I'm followed by," and then they put all these big, dick swinging names in their bio, and it bothers me because if you can't stand on your own merit and you have to clout chase on somebody else's name, I usually won't bring a mic, but I had to ask.
Oh, I've got a question for him too. There is also a rumor going around that Adrian Dittman is Elon Musk. Am I right there, Paulo?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. You can go to adriandittman.com because I've been recording him since August. Once I heard his voice, I knew exactly who it was. Then I started posting on X who it was, and he started blocking all of my X accounts. But now he's, the thing is, he's in a position where he can't actually say things publicly because he's tied in as his positions and the SEC and other regulations. But a pen name or a burner account, as we call it now, is nothing new. Historically, like the Federalist Papers, pen names have always created truth and exposed the criminality, injustice, and fraud of, who's leading the country, et cetera.
Let's do a mic check, Sarah. You better? Yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna go grab a shower, guys. Now that Sarah's back, you guys have a lovely conversation, and hopefully I'll be able to sneak in every once in a while today. But yeah, lots of activities for me today. It was fantastic.
Enjoy those beautiful heritage. It was really nice talking to you, Sam.
You too, Heather. You too. You all behave.
Go ahead and talk.
What radio?
Enjoy.
Love you too. I'll talk to you soon.
So, Father, it's good to see you too, man, from Clubhouse. I just want to ask you a question. Do you believe that the real Elon Musk, based on your investigation, has been taken out, and then Adrian Dittman is
Taken
playing
out?
Elon Musk? What do you make of that? Is that what you?
No, it's the same person. I mean, he's got 2 phones, 3 phones. He goes back and forth. He reposts his own stuff. He likes his own stuff. Elon is just like any other person. And, you know, it's easy to say I hate him, that he's evil, that he's annoying, that he's childish, but he just has characteristics that everybody else has. And the point is, you know, for the most part, he's a good person, but there's something going on. I'm just talking about psychologically. You know, you want well-balanced people at the helm, but honestly, America is broke. You can go to usdebtcollect.org. You can see that it's all just a Ponzi scheme at this point. Congress passes these omnibus bills. The Federal Reserve releases the funds through BlackRock, Blackstone, and 100 other financial corporations. So we're just living in a giant simulation illusion of freedom and, you know, the American way. Like, our Constitution has been completely trampled. There is no Constitution. And I would say that it's most likely a Freemasonic conspiracy.
Alrighty. Allie, did you want to ask me a question? I'll just send you a DM. All right, that's fine. Go ahead, Heather.
Allie, earlier you were talking about entities rebranding themselves. I didn't quite follow what you were saying there. And I was kind of hoping that maybe I could ask you to clarify that a little bit and maybe explain how you're going to stop them from rebranding.
So that's a good question. The NGOs can change their name on their nonprofit filings if they want. Otherwise, you know, Americans, we have a shorter memory if we're not paying attention. People like our organizations like Catholic Charities, Southwest Key, Jewish Family Services, and it's not a religious thing. That's just that's what these NGOs, some of the NGOs tend to, you know, be called. So for me, it's not a religious call out on any of the NGOs, but they can either decide to do a DBA, doing business as, or they can do a FNA, formerly known as. The bigger ones won't do that because they're already established in other areas of expertise, but they do rely on us, you know, being distracted by other things, that we're not watching government contracts to see if they get granted another contract for other services, switching from transportation and sheltering to aftercare. So we are working with individuals that are tracking the current NGOs, and if they end up with a contract in aftercare, we just have to pay very close attention to these NGOs. I mean, Southwest Key, the federal government has a lawsuit against them because the employees in Southwest Key have been charged. Some of them have been charged with sexually assaulting migrants in their shelters. So it's stuff like this where we just need to be mindful, and if there's posts out there about it, just make sure that it gets far and wide.
Is there a way to specifically track these NGOs? Is that something that I could help with? Is it an internet thing?
Sarah and Valhalla, if Brandy in the audience requests the mic, feel free to give her one as you are comfortable. She is one of the fighters in the space that I trust wholeheartedly. And so the foundation she works for, the nonprofit she works with, is out of Texas, Shepherd's Watch, and they do a lot of human trafficking work as well. And they have individuals that work in there she can explain it, but that we're gonna are tracking these NGOs very closely. So if it's a Substack and it gets published, we'll just have to, make sure that information gets shared out.
Brandy made me cry.
If we could do Shepherd's Watch in literally every state, that would be amazing.
I would love to see that happen. I would love to help that happen.
All right, let me, oh Lord, I can't even see anything. Patrick, go ahead. And then, I think it was Mitch. Patrick, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say it was a pleasure talking to you all this morning. I got to get going. Go to church. So you all have a wonderful day. God bless. Take care. And I look forward to talking to you later, Allie. Have a good day.
Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day as well. Go ahead, Mitchell.
Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I just want to share with you, Ali, I brought my delegation to the British Parliament on forced live organ harvesting on 5 hours from the Chinese border. Now, the CCP has been harvesting and have been alive body parts for many, many years now. 250 concentration camps of child trafficking. Dr. Enver Tohti, who committed forced live organ harvesting forced by the Chinese Communist Party and lived to tell about it, he showed vivid evidence about the children being trafficked. And Planned Parenthood is also criminal in this as well. David Daleiden, who is a Catholic and the Center for...
They kicked me.
Earlier this year, as we commemorated the 80th anniversary of D-Day, the Queen and I had the enormous privilege of meeting once again the remarkable veterans of that very special generation who gave of themselves so courageously on behalf of us all. Listening to these once young servicemen and women touched us deeply as they spoke of their comrades drawn from across the Commonwealth who never returned and who now rest peacefully where they made the ultimate sacrifice. Their example of service and selflessness continues to inspire across the generations. During previous commemorations, we were able to console ourselves with the thought that these tragic events seldom happen in the modern era. But on this Christmas Day, we cannot help but think of those for whom the devastating effects of conflict in the Middle East, in Central Europe, in Africa, and elsewhere pose a daily threat to so many people's lives and livelihoods. We also think of the humanitarian organizations working tirelessly to bring vital relief. After all, the Gospels speak so vividly of conflict and teach the values with which we can overcome it. The example that Jesus gave us is timeless and universal. It is to enter the world of those who suffer, to make a difference to their lives, and so bring hope where there is despair. As the famous Christmas carol once in Royal David City reminds us, our Saviour Holy came down to earth from heaven, lived among the poor and mean and lowly, and transform the lives of those he met through God's redeeming love. That is the heart of the Nativity story. And we can hear its beat in the belief of all the great faiths, in the love and mercy of God in times of joy and of suffering, calling us to bring light where there is darkness. All of us go through some form of suffering at some stage in our life, be it mental or physical. The degree to which we help one another and draw support from each other, be we people of faith or of none, is a measure of our civilization as nations. This is what continually impresses me as my family and I meet with and listen to those who dedicate their lives to helping others. I am speaking to you today from the chapel of the former Middlesex Hospital in London, now itself a vibrant community space, and thinking especially of the many thousands of professionals and volunteers here in the United Kingdom and across the Commonwealth who, with their skills and out of the goodness of their heart, care for others, often at some cost to themselves. From a personal point of view, I offer special heartfelt thanks to the selfless doctors and nurses who this year have supported me and other members of my family through the uncertainties and anxieties of illness and have helped provide the strength, care, and comfort we have needed. I'm deeply grateful too to all those who have offered us their own kind words of sympathy and encouragement. On our recent visit to the South Pacific to attend the Commonwealth Summit, I was reminded constantly of the strength which institutions as well as individuals can draw from one another, and of how diversity of culture, ethnicity, and faith provides strength, not weakness. Across the Commonwealth, we are held together by a willingness to listen to each other, to learn from one another, and to find just how much we have in common. Because through listening, we learn to respect our differences, to defeat prejudice, and to open up new possibilities. I felt a deep sense of pride here in the United Kingdom when, in response to anger and lawlessness in several towns this summer, communities came together, not to repeat these behaviors, but to repair not just buildings, but relationships, and most importantly, to repair trust by listening and, through understanding, deciding how to act for the good of all. Again, listening is a recurrent theme of the Nativity story. Mary, the mother of Jesus, listened to the angel who revealed to her a different future full of hope for all people. The message of the angels to the shepherds, that there should be peace on earth, in fact echoes through all faiths and philosophies. It rings true to this day for people of goodwill across the world. And so it is with this in mind that I wish you and all those you love a most joyful and peaceful Christmas.
Once in royal David city stood a lonely cattle shed, where a mother laid her baby in a manger for his bed. Mary was that
You always have the funniest PTRs, dude. Sit back and relax. Uncle Adrian is going to take you on a journey.
Yeah, I was on TV. I went up there and told them about themselves on TV because, you know, when they had their meetings, it's on TV. So I went up there and told them about themselves. This Afro was on camera a few times. And that was my first time ever going in front of a government body and tell them that I don't appreciate them abusing me as a Black woman. I had never done that before. And it felt, I don't know, I felt really scared when I did it. And then I was talking to my dad. I was like, Dad, why I feel afraid? Like somebody gonna shoot me or something for going up there and speaking for myself. And he said, he said, we probably feeling what our people's, you know, went through. He was like, you know, what you're doing right now is something that your granny didn't want you to do because of all the stuff that happened to Dr. King and all the other people that never was listed when they was doing stuff during the Civil Rights Movement. So it's like an inherited fear I had gotten from that. Something actually did happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was feeling it before it happened because I'm intuitive.
But you once you started doing it, you got comfortable with it.
Yeah, I did. And so when stuff started getting dangerous, I was like, well, I'm still going to cut y'all out. I'm just going to live online now. But y'all ain't about to be shooting me.
Dude, you're going to be the only chicken licker there, girl.
All right, you need to. Is there a slang dictionary somewhere here?
Well, I mean, if you're licking chicken, you're a vegetarian.
What? I know the chicken's finger licking good, but I don't know.
That's what she says of you.
That's a double bull rush.
To you, and faith and truth I will bear unto you, as your liege man of life and limb. So help me God. I, William, Prince of Wales, pledge my loyalty to you, and faith and truth I will bear unto you, as your liege man of life and limb. So help me God.
Mr. Anderson. She's dead to
I,
me.
William, Prince of Wales, pledge my loyalty to you, and faith and truth I will bear unto you, as your liege man of life and limb. So help me God.
You know what I like about the future King of England is that he's bald. You know, he has embraced his baldness. He didn't do like hair plugs. No, he stayed bald. High testosterone. You see, T-Robs hasn't even lost his hair yet because he's got so much low testosterone. That's why after she's done licking the bum, he always says to himself, she's fucking dead to me. So fucking dead to me. He's gonna take his fucking African Ridgeback, his wife, on a walk. He's gonna take his wife on a walk to take a shite in the park. Okay, this is a reading from Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching. I hope you enjoy. The way that can be spoken of is not the eternal way. Wait, I fucked that up. The way that can be spoken of is not the constant way. The name that can be named is not the constant name. The nameless was the beginning of heaven and earth. The named was the mother of the myriad creatures. Hence, always rid yourself of desires in order to observe its secrets, but always allow yourself to have desires in order to observe its manifestations. These two are the same, but diverge in name as they issue forth. Being the same, they are called mysteries, mystery upon mystery, the gateway of the manifold secrets. The whole world recognizes the beautiful as the beautiful, yet this is only the ugly. The whole world recognizes the good as the good, yet this is only the bad. Thus something and nothing produce each other, the difficult and the easy complement each other, the long and the short offset each other, high and the low incline towards each other, note and sound harmonize with each other, before and after follow each other. Therefore the sage keeps to the deed that consists in taking no action and practices the teaching that uses no words. The myriad creatures rise from it, yet it claims no authority. It gives them life, it claims no possession. It benefits them, yet exacts no gratitude. It accomplishes its task, yet lays claim to no merit. It is because it lays claim to no merit that its merit never deserts it. Not to honor men of worth will keep the people from contention, not to value goods which are hard to come by will keep them from theft, not to display what is desirable will keep them from being unsettled of mind. Therefore, in governing the people, the sage empties the minds, but fills the bellies, weakens the wills, but strengthens the bones. He always keeps them innocent of knowledge and free from desire, and ensures that the clever never dare to act. Do that which consists in taking no action, and order will prevail. The way is empty, yet use will not drain it. Deep is like the ancestor of the myriad creatures. Blunt the sharpness, untangle the knots, soften the glare. Let your wheels move only along old ruts, darkly visible. It only seems as if it were there. I know not whose son it is. It images the forefather of God. Heaven and earth are ruthless. Treat the myriad creatures as straw dogs. The sage is ruthless and treats the people as straw dogs. Is not the space between heaven and earth like a bellows? It is empty without being exhausted. The more it works, the more comes out. Much speech leads inevitably to silence. Better to hold fast to the void. The spirit of the valley never dies. This is called the mysterious female. The gateway of the mysterious female is called the root of heaven and earth. Dimly visible, it seems as if it were there, yet use will never drain it. Heaven and earth are enduring. The reason why heaven and earth can be enduring is that they do not give themselves life. Hence, they are able to be long-lived. Therefore, the sage puts his person last, and it comes first. Treats it as extraneous to himself, and it is preserved. It is not because he is without thought of self that he is able to accomplish his private ends. Highest good is like water, because water excels in benefiting the myriad creatures without contending with them and settles where none would like to be. It comes close to the way. In a home, it is the site that matters. In quality of mind, it is depth that matters. In an ally, it is benevolence that matters. In speech, it is good faith that matters. In government, it is order that matters. In affairs, it is ability that matters. In action, it is timeless, and in action, it is timeliness that matters. It is because it does not contend that it is never at fault. Rather than fill it to the brim by keeping it upright, better to have stopped in time, hammer it to a point, and the sharpness cannot be preserved forever. There may be gold and jade to fill a hole, but there is none who can keep them. To be overbearing when one is wealth and position is to bring calamity upon oneself. To retire when the task is accomplished is the way of heaven. When carrying on your head, you perplexed bodily soul, can you embrace in your arms the one, not let go? Is concentrating your breath? Can you become as supple as a babe? Can you polish your mysterious mirror and leave no blemish? Can you love the people and govern the state without resorting to action? When the gates of heaven open and shut, are you capable of keeping to the role of the female? When your discernment penetrates the four quarters, are you capable of not knowing anything? It gives them life and rears them. It gives them life, it claims no possession. It benefits them, yet exacts no gratitude. It is the steward, it exercises no authority. Such is called the mysterious virtue.
then consider life a thing of any value, or look to the immensity of time behind the man's testimony. Be cheerful also, and seek not external help, nor the tranquility which others give. A man, then, must stand erect, not be kept.
Noches. Eborstera demones. Fragay. Gar perimo
The more the rage gets.
Among the urgers, O pioneers.
Religion and not the basis of the land.
It's what you were saying that the international.
They were just outnumbered. That's democracy.
Arianism, he evokes conservatism.
And the wise man always way.
You don't want to talking, bro. Start the conversation. Let me see you.
Is going through its own conflict. Like I said, it's the most volatile.
But it gives a nice, like, when you're
Sherry and I I'm sure it's you.
Also say that other aspects of the conflict, it would be.
They have all the rights to hit.
Black caviar.
I think this is why.
Is completely up in the air and to be determined. So, you said till death do us part, but then you were like, well, I mean, I know it.
First of all, do you know what river I once see?
Yeah. It's just called the. As I face back.
And I've used automation set up around all three of them, whether it be stable coins or AC.
Kissy face, sent to your phone, but I'm trying to kiss your lips for real. Red hearts, that's what I'm on, yeah. Come give me something I can feel.
The guys, I didn't know that.
For grandmother grew up in a poor Jewish neighborhood.
Pediatric wards are expected to fill up the moment Trump announces victory. Pediatric wards are expected to fill up the moment Trump announces victory. They're expecting a mass 5150 event across the country. They're anticipating over 30,000 men who voted for Kamala and dress up as women to renounce what they're doing and accept and seek forgiveness for their sins and mental health therapy. That's good. That includes Rear Admiral Levine. Donald Trump is expected to announce pardoning Dr. Fauci, Rear Admiral Levine, and Bill Gates, among many others.
They gave Harris the trip. Harris is up big time in Pennsylvania. Harris is big time in 7128.
That's an illusion. That's like saying that Andy Warhol is still alive. He has a museum, but he's not alive.
No, right. Georgia, 35% in. That's Trump ahead, 56.3.
He's winning by 200,000. I don't want John's people.
That's in New York City.
Allahu Akbar, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Alhamdulillah, Barthologist. I came to discuss Islamophobia.
No, I didn't. No. No. I want to listen to at least 3 minutes of him because he's definitely great. Because I know he comes in with a plan. And bring him up.
Bring him up.
You hear my kids in the background, buddy?
Bring him up. So I can prove to you that Islamophobia is essentially low IQ because that means you haven't read Rumi, who's, there is something in Islam which is truthful, and there is something in Islam which is devastating to the human condition. So to me, Rumi, which is Sufism, is the mystic branch of Islam, and that in many ways is sufficient to essentially de-Islamophobe me. Because as an American, I'm highly conditioned to view Islam as being a toxic religion dedicated to terrorism and destroying my American dream. But I know that's not true, because I know that my government is also destroying my American dream. It's not just the Islamists and the Saudis and the Persians and Iran. It's my own government, which is in many ways, American phobe, as opposed to like just Islamophobe. So if I could read a poem from Rumi, I can prove to you that if you're an Islamophobe, what you really are is just an atheist. And that's my opinion.
Go for it. You got 3 minutes on its
Okay, I gotta find the book though. I have a lot of books in my office here, so it'll take me 1 second to find it. Oh, I found it. Rumi must want to be read. Here we go. This is your de-Islamophobia reprogramming. This is the world famous Rumi. This is called A Waking Town. The taste of this life comes from you, soul, moving like a mountain stream under a sky of flowers. Seeing such beauty makes me expect the dregs tomorrow. I call you moon, but that is not right. Does anything resemble you? The noise of a waking town fills my chest. Shams is saying this. Okay, this poem is called Walking Stick Dragon. I want to dance here in this music, not in spirit, where there is no time. I circle the sun like shadow. My head becomes my feet, covered with existence, Pharaoh. Annihilated, I am Moses. A pen between God fingers, a walking stick dragon. My blind mind taps along its cane of thought. Love does no thinking. It waits with soul and with me weeping in this corner. We are strangers here on Clown House, where we never hear yes. We must be from some other town. Okay, this is the last poem I'll read. It's called Let the Way Itself Arrive. Desires come, my wishes and my longing. I am tied up, knot on top of knot. Then you that untie me come. Enough talk of being on some path. Let the way itself arrive. You picked up a handful of earth. I was in that handful. I can say the difference between good and bad, but not how I know your beauty. Mind refuses to burn with love. Saladin is central yet hidden. The Qutb, the pole of love, reaches here to this ground. Okay, that's a reading from Rumi.
Thanks be to God. Very good. Thank you very much. All right, we got Jason. Who is Jason? Is that one of your accounts? Jason, what do you got?
Is there a reason why I got bypassed here, Bart? Jesus.
What do you mean bypass? What are you talking about?
I was talking with brother. He thinks that, he doesn't want to be a Christian because we're racist and we have a white Jesus. That's what we were talking about.
I mean, yeah, I know. But you know what?
That's fine. We can pass it.
You think you're gonna heal that pain? I don't think you. I don't know, sister.
I mean,
you want to accept that?
I can't heal anything.
You can't. I don't know if either one of us could talk him into saying like, no, you were never discriminated against. It's just an illusion, brother. It's not because of the color of your skin. It's because they're just foolish. They just really don't know you.
Right, but Christianity is not racist at all. We don't have anything in our book that would even allude to that.
Well, no, we do have white people that represent Christianity. There are racist stuff.
We also have racism. We have racism in all colors. Okay, it's not just white people. Literally, a black Muslim said, "This is why I hate white people." You're taking it to me. I'm just like awesome girl. There's it's everyone's pitted against everyone by something, color, religion. So I don't think, but in our book, there's nothing to support racism or slavery or anything. And we have Jesus in all cultures with, Chinese Jesus and stuff like that.
I don't think that there's I don't hate white people. Like some of my closest brothers. And so I think that it's not. I don't look at white people. I look at the concept. This is what I'm saying. Maybe I wasn't articulate. Please forgive me. That if God, knowing the future, knowing his creatures, his creation, knowing that, hey, if I show myself to you and I come in this form, I know that there's going to be a lot of people who look like this form, who are going to side with this form. Like when Barack Obama became president, you don't know how many black people had this pride.
Do this until February 1st. On January 1st, we're starting a 4-week chair workout challenge for beginners over 50.
Such and such is my credit card is black. Everybody was proud of a black president. So if God, knowing that people have take ownership of his image and are able to say, hey, look at this guy. He looks just like me. Oh, snaps. We're the same. I'm better than you. If God knows that he would do this, I don't think God would say, hey, I'm going to come down and make myself look like that. Because people...
Maybe that's why his people rejected him. Because he came looking like a Jewish man in the Middle East. And his people rejected him. So...
You worship a Jewish man?
Yeah, but if his people didn't reject him, he couldn't have fulfilled the prophecies or even get crucified. So there's a whole rejection acceptance system happening, which is really a yes/no system or a black and white system.
Christian, you worship a Jewish man?
Christian. No, I worship Almighty Creator. He's part of it, yeah. I worship Almighty Creator, Heavenly Father.
Barthologist and Christina and brother, to me and Cynic here, the big thing about religion and man is that all the world's religions and man and woman, we use the religion to create peace. If you use that religion to create war and blood and mayhem and chaos and power cultivation or something like that, you're using the religion wrong to your detriment. And that's where the saying, live by the sword, die by the sword comes from.
What I'm trying to say is that if right now, it's a world full of human beings who have this tribalistic mentality, and I have put myself into this system to make me a part of the equation, because previous to this point, the majority of the entire world worship God without any image. There is no image of God. The Old Testament says, thou shalt have no image. So the entirety of the whole world, from the beginning of Adam and humanity to up to where Jesus comes into the equation, that is the majority of time that the world existed. If we were on a ruler, this would be, let's say, 10.
But what do you do with all the Old Testament passages where God interacted with men?
Yeah, check out those tits on Bunny.
When God
Damn, Bunny been PTRing my work, dog.
spoke to Moses,
He's a power bottom? Woohoo! I'm a power bottom too. We got something in common, dog. Woo, I love a power top and a power bottom.
I don't know. I mean, if we take it literally, then somehow God came down in some sort of form as an angel or a man and interacted with Abraham, Jacob, Adam and Eve, Moses. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think, I personally don't.
What up, Haneen? How are you, Haneen? Huh? Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm good. What are you doing? Can't really hear you. Oh, you're chilling? Where are you from? What language do you speak? I know. Where are you from? What other language do you speak? No other language? No. You're such a liar. Such a liar.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person.
Hey, Scott, it's John in Chicago, aka Edmund. Hope you're having a fabulous Saturday or Sunday. Yes, Sunday. If you have a few minutes to hear the Dao De Jing or Rumi, come to my room or call me back. Bye.
Hey, this is Max Group.
Hey, Max, it's John. I was thinking about going to Wrigleyville for this New Year's Eve party. I don't know if you are in town or you're going to be at your parents', but I'm also reading Rumi, the Dao De Jing, this morning on Clown House. I don't know if you have a few free minutes for Toyota study. We could read Tanya now that you got the Tanya. Anyways, hope you're well. I had a great past couple days, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Yo, Paul. Hey, I got a question for you. Is this your Google voicemail number? So I recently used it. Like, is it permanent? Is it forever? Like, as long as you have, how long do you have to have the corresponding telephone number, or does it last forever? You don't know.
I think it goes to your email.
Yeah, it's connected to your email, but I signed up. I got one of my phones to work, and I've tried to do it before. I've never actually gotten a Google number, so I have a Google number now, and I was thinking about creating a sign and putting it on the side of my building using that number so I can field using my email.
I've had one for one of my stores for like a long time, many years.
Does it? So you get emails from people calling the store?
Something like that, like it'll transcribe.
Right.
I use it as a hotline for the employees to complain about other employees, like an anonymous hotline.
Whoa.
They call up and they like leave a voicemail, and then that gets transcribed, and then the phone number it came from goes into an email, and the message gets transcribed, and then I can get back to the employee.
Well, that's smart. I should get a bunch of these Google numbers and like use them.
I'm surprised you haven't had a bunch. I thought all these numbers you put your number out on the internet. That's your actual cell phone number?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that goes to show you how little people care.
0517 is an actual cell phone?
Yeah, that's my real T-Mobile. Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's not a big deal. Yeah, but who cares? Like, nobody calls me or texts me. Like, people actually, it's like, by putting your real identity out there, like, you deflate the anger in many ways, because they're like, this guy's just a fucking crazy asshole. Like, I'm not going to go kill him. I'm not going to go dox him. It's like, but see, I'm so public that, like, even if the police were to, like, Google my number, they would see that I just have all these YouTube accounts, So they would know that I'm just, like, creating content. Everybody just understands, like, people who create content now, that, like, I don't know. You can't like you have to at least believe that that person is an actor creating content or an actress. You know, they know you're putting on a show.
But when you get kicked out of a room on Clubhouse, you go on another phone and get right back into the room.
Well, yeah, you just have to have multiple Clubhouse accounts because nobody can keep track of like new accounts. If you don't say anything, nobody knows whose account that is, you know? So people don't even think about it.
How many accounts do you have?
I just have 2 now, but at the max, I had 6 accounts going. So I was like I would jump out of one room and then live stream like that one room into 5 other rooms. Like that, you can't stop people from recording private rooms. You can't, because in many of those rooms, there's 200 people in the audience. Oh, fuck, it's my mom on the other line. You want to say hi to my mom?
Dude, put her on speaker. She has the fakest accent. It's fucking hilarious.
Hey, Mom, how's it going? I'm talking to my friend Paul in Beverly Hills. What are you doing?
Oh, good. I'm looking at wallpaper, and that's what made me think of you.
Interesting. Paul, this is my mom, Jeannie. Jeannie, this is Paul.
Scrolling pages.
Mom, this is Paul. Paul, this is Jeannie. I know Paul from when I lived in LA.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm surprised you guys are awake so early.
9 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, you know, younger people sleep in because they don't have much to do.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at wallpaper, John, because I want that guest bathroom when you come. I want you to love it.
Cool. Yeah.
John, are you gonna help her pick out wallpaper?
No. She
I
just
already knew that.
Paul, what do you think about my mom's accent? Does she have how would you describe my mother Jeannie's accent?
It's I don't know. It's a part like New Jersey, like Tony Soprano's mother crossed with like a Chicago accent.
That's a good way to
like
describe it. Yeah.
75% Chicago, 25% like Central New Jersey.
This guy I was, God, I don't know. I recognized something in his voice the other day, and I said, "Where are you from?" He says Wisconsin. So Wisconsin sort of sounds like Chicago too.
It's close. That's why.
Yeah, I think it's got you got long. Your words are long. You know, you hang on to them. We're trying to get to it next year as fast as possible.
John doesn't have much of a Chicago accent, though.
No, he doesn't. No. What would you say John has? Neutral.
I don't know.
He could be from anywhere.
He could be from anywhere. So, John, you actively tried to get rid of your accent?
No, I mean, I think it's just, like a man's voice, slow it down a little bit. You don't do the full nasal, what are you guys doing today?
Maybe John's voice was more refined and through going to college and Citadel, because he had to listen a lot and he had to reply a lot. And he had a lot of different people around him, so
That's
he's more of a gentle giant.
That is the interesting thing about the voice signature is everyone, technically, your voice signature is as unique as your fingerprints.
Yeah, allegedly.
Good point. I agree. Oh, I found something you may like, John. Oh, something on that one too.
How often do you spend the night at your mom's house?
I go like once a year, once every other year, probably, right, Mom, on average, or once every 3 years.
We're trying to keep it at that. It's the least. We'd like more.
How far does she live from you?
She's in Albuquerque. I'm in Chicago, so it's it's like.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's no wonder that's far.
Yeah. Otherwise, I have John over for dinner every Sunday night.
How how far is Al? I mean, how long have you lived in Albuquerque for?
It's 30 years. This year, 30 years and 24.
Why would you want to live there?
I was driving through and saw the prices of real estate. You could buy 2 houses for the price of one in Chicago. So that's exactly what I did. I went back home, put my house up for sale, came back here, and bought 15 houses. It was a great market back in '94.
But you left your son.
I did leave my son because the kids were getting tougher to handle as a single mother. They seemed to want to bulldoze me, and I couldn't keep up with their financial expectations. And their father was more able to do that because he had had a job for longer than I had. So that's why.
Paul, you wait to Paul. You know what the great equalizer is? It's not the 357 Magnum. It's called the divorce or a marriage contract. And one day you may find out just what it's like to go through a divorce.
Terrible. It's terrible. You'd rather your partner died than go through the divorce. I think that would have been easier.
Well, they say a divorce or a breakup is technically the same emotional feelings as like a death in the family or a good friend. So you feel the same way.
You know, I also read that if you're thinking of him or her, they're thinking of you. And my grandmother said, your first love is your true love. And what else have I heard? It takes 7 years to get over a breakup. And I got
it. If you go with like your first love is your true love, then I mean, then your son would have been married to Pamela Anderson.
Oh, Johnny,
She's still thinking about me. She's still thinking about me. Did you know she just came out with like an award-winning movie called Showgirl or something?
I saw the preview last night. I went to the movie last night. I saw the preview of it.
Yeah, they say it's very good.
Did you see her documentary?
About Julian Assange?
Yeah, I did. I think I did.
She has a very sweet documentary on Netflix. Really nice. And, she moved to like out in the middle of nowhere now, and she's been out of Hollywood for a long time, and reflects back on like her life. Very interesting.
Paul's just still
finally neutralizing because she was one of the first. Well, not one of the first, but she was one of the pinup type girls.
Yeah.
And where did she get her?
Well, she went viral too because she made a porn video with her husband's 13-inch schlong on a boat.
What?
Yeah, she went viral. She was like the first person to go viral on a sex tape.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Kim Kardashian is like also probably only famous because she went viral on a sex tape. It's all.
That was like 2.0.
Yeah.
What about Nicole? What about Nicole, the blonde bomb that married that old guy?
Yeah, that was.
That was in a video though. She just married an old ass guy. Never got the money.
She died.
But she didn't. Nicole Smith. My God, it's the easiest last name in the world.
Listen, Marilyn.
And unfortunately, she succumbed to alcohol or drugs to make it easier to juggle that lifestyle.
She did.
All the paparazzi around her.
Marilyn Monroe.
Does she even have that skill?
Marilyn Monroe has to be like the most original viral, but she was actually in Hollywood films, so she's like a global, image in everybody's minds throughout the world at that time. But even now, Trump is that global image. I saw a video today of young Africans in Africa reenacting the assassination video of him when he was like, fight, fight, fight. So even that Trump assassination video, like that has to be one of like the most widely viewed videos in human history, next to like the JFK assassination.
In your opinion, fellas, do you think that near assassination attempt led to his possible upcoming inauguration?
Yeah, for sure. It's connected because
he whipped her ass every which way from Sunday. It wasn't even close. It probably would have been a little bit closer, but I don't think anything would have stopped him from winning. I think they were lying to us about the poll numbers from day one, and it was never really that close. But I think that put him over the edge. But like, I live in a market that like is a very liberal market, so I'm curious as to what Middle America was saying about it, and I have a feeling that like the middle of America was just like straight gung ho. That was like a real man, and an example of a real man has really dwindled the last 30 years. So like a guy that'll get up, get shot, and stand up and stand up to and say fuck it, like that never happened before. So I think that there's a lot of people that not in the area that I live in, but nationally, that I think help them get votes. Los Angeles.
I think that he portrayed the masculinity along with his business acuity, and Biden didn't have a financial acuity, not at all. He was actually a plug-in, if you ask me, just like the gal that he plugged in to be his vice president.
He was 100% a plug-in because they knew Trump was going to win again, so they plugged him in and then they rigged it. So.
Hey, we're on the same page.
I mean,
well, Johnny, how's your wallpaper? It's all women.
John, you gonna go there and spend the night in that room for wallpaper?
No, but my mom's gonna put her place up on VRBO Airbnb and come to Chicago in October. And I already told my sister, I was like, wait till the tenant who rents the place like breaks some shit and ruins all her hard work and money. I was like, she's gonna be the angriest person who's ever lived.
But they pay it back. VRBO pays it back.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Dude, I could have.
You gotta hire a lawyer to get everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, do you put any of your properties on Airbnb or VRBO?
Never have. Never have, but John's right. I do I'm the acquisitioner, and then I remodel them, and it takes a year or two. One house took me 7 years, and it is heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking, and I don't need the money, so maybe I won't, John.
Who manages everything?
I do.
No, she's bought and sold. She doesn't. She's not a property manager. She bought and sold. So she's a one person. She owns one house, but she's a flipper.
And you flip.
Yeah, but I have hung on to a number of them for long periods, and I definitely double my money on the house, and then of course you're pulling in cash because they're all paid for, and then you just keep on rolling the money into another property. It's fun. But I'm not having any fun. That's fun, but I'm not having any fun. Plus, it's kept me single for how long now? 40 years. I've been divorced 40 years. That's not fun. But then I'd rather be not divorced again. Go through that kind of stuff again.
John,
are you married?
Are you having fun? I'm married.
Okay, John, are you having fun?
Yeah, I had I'm happy. I'm having fun. I have joy every day. I don't have much stress. I mean, I thank God the fact that every day you wake up, you're like, God, there's no stress. Like, where's the stress?
Well, you came to see me in Colorado, I felt the stress keeping up with your
No.
ginormous appetite.
I was stressed then, but you know who actually pulled me out of that stress was Paul and I's mutual friend, Louis Eisenstein. He said, just come to Chicago. You can live with me, pay me some, rent and help me with this place and, get out of your mom's hair and start back over in Chicago. And because Louis said that to me and I got back into Chicago, everything worked out,
I don't remember you going to Louis' house.
Yeah, I was living in Lincoln Park, which is one of the nicest areas of Chicago. I had the time of my life. I've always wanted to live in Lincoln Park. Without Louis, I never would have had that experience. So I'm very thankful to him. But in the end, I still threw a brick through his front door. But, at least I didn't shoot him. At least he didn't shoot me. Thank God.
You got a response.
I think he's married. He has a kid or something, he's probably stressed out, but maybe he's a multimillionaire. I hope he's happy.
It would be interesting if people could truthfully say if they're happy with all the money. I feel content having money. When you have money, you have to watch your money.
Yeah, but some people who get married,
another chore.
the thing is, if you get married and you sign a marriage contract without a prenup or something, or even if you have a prenup and you're not happy, it's like just being depressed, So to me, it's like you have to figure out happiness and depression, regardless of whether you're married or not married, because it's still basically enlightenment. So with certain books, I think you can, reverse engineer depression and the stress of having a wife and children, and a job and everything else, paying taxes, everything else. So it's like I'm just saying that you could have a lot of money, but you could still end up drinking a lot, eating a lot, not exercising, becoming lazy and not doing anything. And then that's the depression. You're not taking action. You're not doing anything.
I think having bought all these houses has kept that from my doorstep, and having the choice to pull back and take a few days of breathing, that seems to help. I've never gotten depressed. I've gotten into a slowdown slump, but then I pick it back up because I realize how hard. I don't want to experience how hard it might be to get the ball rolling again.
I don't know how you left Albuquerque. I don't know how you went to Albuquerque 30 years ago and still have the accent. That thing's thick, huh?
Thick? Oh, yeah.
Thick. So don't people ask you all the time, are you from Chicago?
It's funny. A man walking on the trail behind my house this week, he's visiting, and I heard his accent when I'm walking behind him and his daughter, maybe his wife. I said, "Hi, welcome to Albuquerque. Where are you from?" And he says, "Ohio." And I said, "I knew you were from." And he says, "Where are you from?" And I had my great big Chicago hat on. It says Chicago right across the forehead. And he says, "Oh, that was a stupid question." So yeah, I like people's accents when they're from my area because it gives me the feeling of being back home a little. I like Chicago.
Yeah.
So Samantha and I are definitely coming in October, John.
Okay, sounds good.
Reaffirmed. Confirmed.
That's your sister, John?
Yeah. She's in,
fishing today.
So cool.
she's in San Diego right
Fishing
now.
in Mount Baldy.
Yeah, she used to have a house in
like that,
Wrightwood.
John?
Have you ever heard of the town Wrightwood, Paul, by Mount Baldy?
Yeah.
It's like on the way to Vegas.
It's not right, Mount Baldy.
It's Riverside, basically.
My
Yeah.
friend hikes Mount Baldy.
Yeah.
I've just heard just read a couple weeks ago that Riverside had a fire rolling through it. Did you see it?
There's fires all the time.
Yeah, what makes you stick around there?
Beautiful weather all the time.
Are you a renter? Can you just pick up and get out?
You know, I own a bunch of businesses and stuff now. I can't. I'm not a renter.
He's in the burger. He's in the Burger King.
I have 300 employees. That's all I have.
He has a mom. He has a snitch line. He's been using a snitch line. He's been using a snitch line against his employees for 20 years now. He's very smart.
Not it's 40 employees.
Wow.
Okay,
One time I had 30 employees. Johnny,
Yeah,
Second Helping once had 30 employees.
Yeah, Paul, my mom used to own a catering business, pretty big catering business. And then she also owned a strip club and a movie theater.
You owned a movie theater?
Yeah. Just a 2-screener. 175 on one side and 150 on the other side. I
So
remodeled.
you make money like on the weekends and stuff?
Oh, it was Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday were slow. Thursday, Friday, Saturday were good. And you made all your money on your popcorn and Cokes.
Yeah.
Cokes would only cost you 5 cents.
This is how long ago was that?
95, I'd say I bought
It
it.
was only a nickel?
For the Coca-Cola. For the Coca-Colas. And if you bought a large, you got a free large. Another free large. And then the popcorn. It was kind of fun, except this was the film that they had to fly it in, and it would get delivered to the film.
Oh, yeah.
The film reels. There were usually 6, and you would have to splice them together, and sometimes the film would break. Somebody would come running out of the theater and say, the film broke. So I'd have to race up this steep staircase, find the beginning, and find the end. Meantime, the film kept whipping around on the big platter, so it's dumping film onto the floor. That's when you found your patience. Can you imagine trying to find?
Why did you give up the movie theater?
Because the big cinemas started coming in, like the 12 screen. Yeah, they took over, and then they came in with reclining chairs. And we would have one kid film, like when Toy Story came out. Remember Toy Story?
Yeah.
Okay. So in Dallas, the film was going to be shown to all the movie distributors. And you got a ticket, a raffle ticket. And we won the basket of all the Toy Story characters. So we brought it back to our show, and we displayed it. And you had to pay for a raffle ticket to win one of the Toy Story toys. That was kind of fun.
Pretty interesting.
More memory. Okay, if I want me to shut up now.
Did you make any money? Did you make any money?
No, not selling it. But we didn't sell it. What we did do was we had 2 sets of tickets. So one set of tickets went back to the distributor, and the other set of tickets, nobody ever knew that we were doing that. I marketed all the little preschools in town, so we would have them come early in the morning and show them one of the children's films. Like Casper. I remember when Casper the Ghost came out. So yeah, we were running a second set of books on that one. No, didn't sell it. Actually, we just shut it down. The roof was leaking, and the management company of this complex just didn't want to do anything. So actually, the movie theater got mowed down. They built a Walmart there. But yeah, that one was a little bit of a loser, but it was only $80,000. Not too bad.
That's how much you paid for the business?
Yeah.
Well, you made that back, so it doesn't really matter.
That wasn't too bad. Okay, well, I'm real sick of looking at wallpaper. I'm getting dressed and going.
You own the building of a strip club or the actual business?
No, just the business. Just the business. We run to.
Why didn't you go move there to run that?
No, that was in Chicago,
He was
actually.
too young. He was too young. I think he was. Weren't you still in
Yeah,
high
what?
school?
It was in Chicago, in a suburb.
Yeah, it took it to us.
Okay, how do you think a marriage would ever survive that?
I wasn't married.
It was before you were married. Okay.
It was after I got divorced. I was only married for 10 years. And it wasn't a good match. Wrong match, unfortunately. And then everybody suffered because I made the wrong choice. I'm sorry about it today. Never wanted to get married again, I'll tell you that, though. That fixed me for life. Like I went and got a, what do they call it when they fix dogs?
She got spaded.
He got neutered.
So Paul, how would you compare a Persian mother? Okay, take care, everybody. Bye.
Hi, John.
Hey Ken, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, good. Yeah, I can't complain. Life's not bad. I was just calling to see how you're feeling, see how things are progressing for you. If you're moving around a little bit.
Not much. I have a couple of old friends that are guests here right now.
Oh, okay. Well, God bless.
Back later tonight.
Yeah, have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, John.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Dirty work.
Gentlemen, members of the National Office are coming here tonight for their annual inspection of this theater. Right now, I'm going to explain to you my managing style for the benefit of the new guys. So there you are, Tubby. Look like a bucket of lard on a bad day. You baby gorilla. Why don't you work a zoo and stop bothering people? Got a call yesterday from Baskin Robbins. They said that they're down to only 5 flavors. You're swelling up as I talk to you. Look at you. How's this? How's it doing? Hello, ice cream. Having a good time? Running around? What are you laughing at? Because I called your friend a fat pig, huh? You think that's funny?
Oh, no, I was just laughing earlier when you were talking to his belly.
She get a horse and live in the mountains someplace and don't bother anybody. Got a personality like a dead moth. Okay, the fun's over. Anybody messes this thing up for me tonight is through. Not only are you fired, your life is over. I'll see to it that you never work again and that you wind up tearing tickets off in Kuwait. And everybody sucking sand. Nobody messes up. You understand me? Don't mess up.
That guy's gonna be our boss? And after a speech like that, how does he expect us not to screw him over?
Yeah. Every one of us said the exact same thing our first day working for Hamilton. Only nobody ever does anything.
Well, trust me, this isn't just talk. Nobody screws me over like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Hey, I can't help you because I need this job. But if you really screw over Hamilton, I'll give you $10.
Mark me down for 20.
Mr. Witherspoon.
Class operation, Hamilton. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Let me get you some refreshments.
Okay, we're all set. 2, 3, look away.
Yeah, we better
This is dirty work.
Note to self. Sam just looked at the screen.
No, I didn't. I was just making sure that the real had the...
Hey, this alien looks just like a hot guy. All right, we better have sex with him.
Give me that. Took you long enough, you dummy.
Hamilton, you're through. Dude, that was amazing. You should do that stuff for a living.
It's sick, it's dirty, it's their job. Dirty work. That's very funny. I hung out with Norm Macdonald in Vegas for like a whole day once. It was pretty funny.
Hello, Mark Barton here from Sandy Hook Promise. On December 14th, 2012, my 7-year-old son, Daniel, was shot to death in his first grade classroom in Sandy Hook Elementary School. The shooter carried a semi-automatic rifle and killed 26 people in about 4 minutes. Highly lethal weapons can take more lives in a shorter amount of time. Each round can inflict more harm on the human body than a typical handgun.
Don't you people have lives to live? Books to read, dinners to eat, do all you do is just chat word.
Also, see as like I'm now the guardian of Iowa. Oh yeah, bullying. You be bullying. No, because at least when it was him and I, it was like he'd be attacking me too. I'm like, it's kind of disgusting.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I thought I'd get a wax figure of myself. Cool, right?
Oh God, anything you got. Hold on, wait, hold on. What you mean, would you?
Would you?
I'm gonna see if you know about
If you would have a thing shrink, you must first stretch it. If you would have a thing weakened, you must first strengthen it. If you would have a thing laid aside, you must first set it up. If you would take from a thing, you must first give to it. This is called subtle discernment. There is a thing confusedly formed, born before heaven and earth. Silent and void, it stands alone and does not change. It stands alone and does not change, goes round and does not weary. It is capable of being the mother of the world. I know not its name, so I style it the way. I give it the makeshift name of the great. Being great, it is further described as receding. Receding, it is described as far away. Being far away, it is described as turning back. Hence the great way is great. Heaven is great, earth is great, and the king is also great. Within the realm there are 4 things that are great, and the king counts as one. Man models himself on earth, earth on heaven, heaven on the way, and the way on that which is naturally so. The heavy is the root of the light, the still is the lord of the restless. Therefore the gentleman, when traveling all day, never lets the heavily laden cart out of his sight. It is only when he is safely behind the walls and watchtowers. Then he rests peacefully and is above worries. How then should a ruler of 10,000 chariots make light of his own person in the eyes of the empire? If light, then the root is lost. If restless, then the Lord is lost.
How to turn a chilly 50-degree room into a comfortable 73 degrees in 90 seconds.
70 degrees in 90 seconds.
Earlier this year, as we commemorated the 80th anniversary of D-Day, the Queen and I had the enormous privilege of meeting once again the remarkable veterans of that very special generation who gave of themselves so courageously on behalf of us all. Listening to these once young servicemen and women touched us deeply as they spoke of their comrades drawn from across the Commonwealth who never returned and who now rest peacefully where they made the ultimate sacrifice. Their example of service and selflessness continues to inspire across the generations. During previous commemorations, we were able to console ourselves with the thought that these tragic events seldom happen in the modern era. But on this Christmas Day, we cannot help but think of those for whom the devastating effects of conflict in the Middle East, in Central Europe, in Africa, and elsewhere pose a daily threat to so many people's lives and livelihoods. We also think of the humanitarian organizations working tirelessly to bring vital relief. After all, the Gospels speak so vividly of conflict and teach the values with which we can overcome it. The example that Jesus gave us is timeless and universal. It is to enter the world of those who suffer, to make a difference to their lives, and so bring hope where there is despair. As the famous Christmas carol, Once in Royal David's City, reminds us, our Saviour Holy came down to earth from heaven, lived among the poor and mean and lowly, and transformed the lives of those he met through God's redeeming love. That is the heart of the Nativity story. And we can hear its beat in the belief of all the great faiths, in the love and mercy of God, in times of joy and of suffering, calling us to bring light where there is darkness. All of us go through some form of suffering at some stage in our life, be it mental or physical. The degree to which we help one another and draw support from each other, be we people of faith or of none, is a measure of our civilization as nations. This is what continually impresses me as my family and I meet with and listen to those who dedicate their lives to helping others. I am speaking to you today from a chapel of the former Middlesex Hospital in London, now itself a vibrant community space, and thinking especially of the many thousands of professionals and volunteers here in the United Kingdom and across the Commonwealth who, with their skills and out of the goodness of their heart, care for others, often at some cost to themselves. From a personal point of view, I offer special heartfelt thanks to the selfless doctors and nurses who this year have supported me and other members of my family through the uncertainties and anxieties of illness and have helped provide the strength, care, and comfort we have needed. I'm deeply grateful too to all those who have offered us their own kind words of sympathy and encouragement. On our recent visit to the South Pacific to attend the Commonwealth Summit, I was reminded constantly of the strength which institutions as well as individuals can draw from one another, and of how diversity of culture, ethnicity, and faith provide strength, not weakness. Across the Commonwealth, we are held together by a willingness to listen to each other, to learn from one another, and to find just how much we have in common. Because through listening, we learn to respect our differences, to defeat prejudice, and to open up new possibilities. I felt a deep sense of pride here in the United Kingdom when, in response to anger and lawlessness in several towns this summer, communities came together, not to repeat these behaviors, but to repair not just buildings, but relationships, and most importantly, to repair trust by listening and, through understanding, deciding how to act for the good of all. Again, listening is a recurrent theme of the Nativity story. Mary, the mother of Jesus, listened to the angel who revealed to her a different future, full of hope for all people. The message of the angels to the shepherds, that there should be peace on earth, in fact echoes through all faiths and philosophies. It rings true to this day for people of goodwill across the world. And so it is with this in mind that I wish you and all those you love a most joyful and peaceful Christmas.
Once in royal David city stood a cattle shed, where a mother laid her baby in a manger for his bed. Mary was that man among Jesus Christ, the little child. Here comes the Lord from heaven, who is Lord and Lord of all. And his shadow was a stable, and his cradle was a stone.
Don't know what to feed your dogs? Step one, get the farmer's dog. Buying 2 different types of food for 2 different dogs here.
rocking, baby.
Hi, everyone. Mark Barden here at Sandy Hook Promise. On December 14th, 2012.
save our people from this tortured existence. For we are those who stand in the way of all tyranny. Who will take back control of freedom and deliver peace to our homes.
The Book of Lies by Aleister Crowley, chapters 0 through 50. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. AA publication in classes C and D. Official for Babes of the Abyss. Imprimatur in Frater AA. Liber 333. The Book of Lies, which is also falsely called Breaks. The wanderings or falsifications of the one thought of Frater Perdurabo, which thought is itself untrue. Break, break, break at the foot of thy stones, O sea. I would that I could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Question mark.